Getting ready to lower the Hallett here. Oh my God. Alright, we're pulling out on the beautiful Lake Norman. Welcome to the YouTube channel. I hope everybody will hit that subscribe button because I have a lot more great videos ahead. I have some great content. I'm here to show you first and foremost one of my passions, which is cars. And during my channel, we're going to talk about cars, we're going to talk about boats, we're going to talk about airplanes, we're going to talk about my life in North Carolina. We're going to start with this 2023 GMC Canyon Denali, and we're going to do a little bit of gun talk, we're going to do a little bit of airplane talk, we're going to do a little bit of boat talk, and we're going to talk about my life in North Carolina. Just to give you a little background, I was born in North Carolina, spent a lot of time back in Southern California working for the greater part of my adult life, and I'm here in North Carolina now, retired. I'm enjoying life, and I've got a lot of great hobbies, and I want to share this information with you and bring you into my life and show you some of the things I'm interested in and I think you'll be interested in. So again, hit subscribe. I got a lot of great content coming up. But without further ado, we're going to start with this beautiful 2023 GMC Denali. And if you didn't know, something about me is I need to modify everything. Everything I buy, I modify, and we'll talk more about that later as we get into some other videos and some more content. But again, this is the 2023 Denali. And to give you a little background information, this was purchased just about a month ago. And it was a GMC Denali, and it came pretty much fully loaded from the factory with the sunroof option and everything else that comes with the Denali package. So we're going to talk a little bit about the car, and then I'm going to tell you the modifications that I've already made, because you might have noticed already that this vehicle is a little bit different than the regular Denalis, and I'll talk about some of the things that I've done already with upgrades. And you can tell me in the comments whether you like those, whether you want to hear more about those upgrades, whether you want more information on them, because if you do, I'll do individual videos on each one of these upgrades, and I'll share the procedure, the install, and everything with you. Alright, well, the first major thing you're going to notice different about this Denali is, yes, the running boards are gone. You can see the old running board that came standard on the Denali package laying on the driveway. And you can see I went with the rock guards, and that's going to be from the new ATX4 or AT4X. I'm sorry if I have that backwards. I ordered those and I installed them on the truck soon after delivery. This truck is not high enough, in my opinion, to where you need to have those boards to get in, so I wanted something a little more sporty that added a little more elegance to the truck, and I think I found that with the AT4X rock guards. They look, to me, a heck of a lot better than what came standard on the truck. So again, that was my first project, and I got to tell you, that was a 30-minute project. The mounting holes, all the brackets are identical to the Denali steps that came stock to transition to the AT4X rock guards. So again, that was my first addition after getting the truck, and I'll give you a little bit of a walk around and show you how that looks. Okay, again, going through the upgrades, we're now looking at the backflip MX4 tonneau cover, and after a lot of research and a lot of debate, I decided to go with backflip in the MX4, a little bit based on kind of that mid-level price range, and the fact that I love the textured top to the MX4. I think it goes with the truck well. So far, I've been very happy with the backflip. Installation on the backflip was, again, about a 35 to 45 minute project. It can be accomplished by yourself, and so far very happy with the MX4 backflip tonneau cover. Again, this was kind of the next thing after the steps, and so far I've been very happy. You can still release the tailgate, and again we'll talk about in the interior and some of these modifications next. All right, moving on to the bed of the truck. Kind of in conjunction with the MX4 backflip tonneau cover, went ahead and installed the swing case, again made by Swing Case. Most of you may know them from Real Truck. These are the same cases basically that GMC or Chevy offers as a case through their website, obviously marked with the Chevy or GM logo, but from what I understand they are the same cases. They do swing out, they obviously lock here. Very nice. So far no problems, other than the fact that these cases were really hard to get sent to my house and not have damage on them. And you can see they just snap into the side. They stay out of kind of the way. They have some locks here so you can prevent them from being stolen. But again, if you guys want more detail on some of these modifications, I can make separate videos on the install. And in fact, I have not installed the driver's side case yet, and I have that available. So if you're wanting, I'd love to do a video for the install on that. All right, guys, here's another interesting modification I did, because I just did not like the ultra orange reflectors on the sides of the wheel wells. And you'll see here, looking at my wheel wells, you can't see that bright orange reflector. If you see a lot of the new Canyons, you'll see that bright orange color. I bought a very inexpensive kit. I think it was $13 to $15 online, that just is a basically a vinyl wrap that goes over the lenses, and it gives you that that darkened look. It does not completely impede the light. You can still see the light when they light up at night, so it's been kind of nice. I'm just not a big fan of that bright orange, and I think they turned out well. Again, I'll give you the other side. So again, this is kind of the other side of the truck, and standing back, what that looks like. Okay guys, here we go with one of my first interior modifications. I'm not a huge audiophile guy, but I always think that the stereo systems lack a little bit of bass. So the first thing I did was I did install the Kicker Hideaway 10-inch subwoofer, and I can give you the model number later, but let me tell you, this was a very simple project, as these projects go. This came with everything for the installation. You didn't have to buy anything else, and it was basically plug and play. And the nice thing about this system is you can tap right into your speaker wires and it's ready to go. So again, a big fan of this Kicker. It sounds absolutely phenomenal paired with the stereo system and the Bose system that comes stock in the truck. So again, I highly recommend it. I did a little bit of research on Kicker, and I got to be honest with you, the dimensions were very important to me because they needed to fit within this area that I have in the back of the truck. So far, I've been very happy. I think you'll agree that it fits perfectly back here. It looks like it was actually made for the truck. So I've been very happy with it so far. All right, guys, well, we're back, and I'm going to show you another little quick modification that almost anybody can do to their truck. And this involves unlatching your back storage compartment here that's in the tailgate, and all these come with the storage compartment. And you'll notice over here I've got some Kaizen foam, and what I did is I just molded the Kaizen foam and cut it to fit the outline of the space here. And then I put my trailer hitch, the pin, securely back here. It's out of the way, it doesn't jiggle, it doesn't rattle around, and it's there every time I need it, and I don't need to leave it in my hitch. I leave this top cover on just simply to prevent any kind of other motion or jiggling in the back while I'm driving, and it stayed absolutely secure. This is another 10-minute project that just truly makes it a lot easier to store your stuff. And again, I can just latch it, and this is here anytime I need it in the future. One more small but kind of noticeable modification was the tip cover for the exhaust. I did go ahead with the GMC labeled cover that they sell, and it looks quite nice, but it adds something to a truck that needed something more than just the standard pipe sticking out from the side. I think it adds a nice little touch to a to a nice looking GMC truck. So it kind of fits well. I decided to go with that. All right, guys, we're in the GMC, and just to show you a little bit of what you can expect in the future if you subscribe to the channel. This is my property here on Lake Norman. Anyway, that's my house. We're pulling in to the driveway right now, and we'll be pulling into the garage. And if you look straight forward, we'll be talking about the garage. This was a project of mine that when we built the house, I wanted a garage tall enough and big enough to support a boat on top, and then also provide parking for a couple vehicles below. But this is us pulling into the garage, and I'm going to do a separate video on the garage and the bin pack lift and how everything came together on this project and the modifications made to make everything fit. And if you're looking up there, that's a Hallett 2110 open bow with a 496 cubic inch big block Chevy. And again, that's going to be another video. So one more reason to hit that subscribe button and log on to the channel every week or every other week for some new content and new videos. And as we pull in, you also see kind of another project of mine that's been a big modification type project, is that KTM, and I'm going to kind of talk about that later, so I'm not going to give you a whole lot of more information on that, but that'll be a fun video coming up too. So again, another reason, hit that subscribe button.